Well, I'm excited to be here. I think this is a great format for our conference, and it was good to see all the coaches participating on the men's and women's side. This is our third year in this great conference, and I think that we're coming into it right now in a different spot than we were last year. Last year when we started out, we were coming off of a season that we had done very poorly, finished near the bottom of the conference. We had been beat, I think one team beat us by 50 points. We most of the time couldn't find our way to the gyms. We didn't know what was where. But our team didn't really have a lot of confidence coming out of that year, although our staff had seen a lot of improvement in the off season. The team didn't really know that. So a little bit different now coming in. We've been with our team now. They were all at summer school except for one, and then everybody was at one of the sessions. But Mimi pretty much lives in Reno now, and Emily's always lived in Reno. But they've worked really, really hard, and we had some success last year, very humble success. I believe coming in third, I think 8 games were by less than 5 points as far as winning. So it was a very humble 3, but we do have some confidence. And we also know what we have to work with. You know, we've moved Emily to a guard spot. We knew that we weren't going to have Danica and Ari and Amber, so we've been planning, and it's unlike 15 years ago when you didn't know how good your team had gotten till the fall when you saw them, and then you could kind of figure out what you were going to do. Now we saw them pretty much every week, and so we could actually work on our offenses and know what we wanted to do defensively. So we've seen a lot of transfer of improvement. I'm real excited about the improvement. Unfortunately for us, we're not the only team that got the rule change. All the other schools in the conference got that rule change, so I'm sure they've all gotten a lot better too. I think that's good for our conference, and hopefully we'll do well outside of the conference, and all of us can do well, then get to the conference and have some real battles. But real excited about the year. My staff has worked really, really hard. Our conditioning staff has worked hard. Really, everybody has, and we think we know what we want to do.
This time we'll open up to questions from the audience.
You talked about the fact that you guys won so much last year and the confidence. What does that translate to, I guess, like on the practice court and during this offseason? How does that help you guys? Well,
I think the confidence and also the hunger, because last year, if you remember, we thought we were going to get to play some more, and we got kind of snubbed by, did get to go to the NIT, and we were kind of, that didn't suit well with any of us. So I think you see a hunger from this group, but I think you see an accountability that we haven't had around here in several years of they hold each other accountable, and they have great attitudes towards each other, but they come in every day, and we can be pretty hard on them now because we've got more confidence than we had. It's hard to be hard on people when they don't have any confidence, and now we can pretty much tell them what it's like.
We just like the men, we talked about Deontay Burton leaving, and you just mentioned, Danica and Ari and them. How much of an impact has that been felt so far, not having them here?
Well, I mean, it's definitely an impact. Danica's actually here. I was joking with Don yesterday and said, do you think anybody would notice if we put her in the lineup because she's a student coach? He advised me not to do that. But, they were great players, and they played a lot of minutes. Really, that two-guard spot where Danica she had the most minutes there for the last several years, so that's the spot that's still maybe a lot of competition for that. But when you look at Ari, Terrellyn Moe actually is a point guard. We recruited her as a point guard, so we played her out of position. We started her out of position last year because she was one of our 5 best players. So that transition is a little easier for us to know that she's going right to the point guard. Although Ari was our MVP last year, we'll miss her. They play totally different. But having Emily being able to go to the 3 guard when she's got more experience than anybody on our team, so we feel like we've always known that was going to happen and have prepared well for it. And kids, they want to play. So when they know there's that much playing time that's open, it really motivates them and they get ready. Like this time last year, we were splitting Emily with guard and post because we kind of always thought she could be a guard, but we weren't sure. And now she never even comes down to do the post stuff. It's all guard. And she looks really, really good, and she's long, and she can shoot the ball. So we think we've got things in place, although we will miss them. We knew they were going to leave.
I guess same question for you then, Emily. I mean, what's it like losing someone like that from the locker room and just on the court? I mean, what's that adjustment been like?
It's been a pretty big adjustment, just like you said, off the court. Everyone meshed well together, so losing friends like that, not just teammates, it's hard. But like Coach said, Danica's still here, so we still have that. Ari's doing great over in Iceland from what I hear, so we just keep rooting her on. We hear about all her success. On the court, kind of same thing. It's been a little bit of an impact. Like Coach said, though, we have Timo, who's been here for a couple years already, and she stepped into that spot well. So we still have the two-guard kind of spot to fill, but other than that, I think we're adjusting quite well to it.